Thank you for listening. A list of content warnings can be found in the episode description. Take care. Enjoy the show.
They're here. You sure?
Just climb up. I can smell them. Have the bag ready.
I'm ready. Is this the one?
Oh, it's a skull, ain't it? That's what he wants. Wait. I hear something.
What is it? Quickly, grab the skull. Let's go. I'm stuck. Hurry.
Oh, you fool. Help me up.
Okay. Now run.
Hey, what's going on? Let me out.
Shut it up. What was that thing?
I don't know. Some fiend.
Like living darkness.
Let's get back.
Hey, you know, when I get out, I'm gonna chew your leg off. Whoever you are.
Did you find Hector? Yes. We did as promised for the master.
What?
Good. Give it to me. If Master Lothar is pleased, I will see you are rewarded.
Lothar? Oh, no.
Thank you. Now leave me.
Get your grimy claws off me. You! I'll bite off your tongue, you filthy rat.
We shall see, Skull.
Mentor, is everything all right?
All is well, Master Lothar. I have what you had requested.
Show it to me.
What?
A skull of most promising power, is it not? You served most excellently.
Indeed.
Planescape Torment, the Unofficial audio series. A narrative let's play adapted and produced by RevocerGM. Combining in-game audio with additional voice acting through dialogue and descriptions to improve your listening experience. Rediscover the amazing story of the 1999 cult classic isometric video game, Planescape Torment, like you've never heard before. Your knees crack against the wooden boards as you fall, locked in an icy grip. Wisps of shadow swirl and coil about you. A living darkness, its mouth stretching through an inky shroud, shrieks in hate and fury. Pit-like eyes fall beneath its brow. You try to break free, but you are numb. You feel nothing. Light washes throughout the dorm and Dakon bursts in, his glaive gleaming bright. He strides to the ruined window, leaning out, as Anna carefully lifts your head.
He's not breathing.
Your eyes strain under the dazzling blade as Dakon kneels beside you. You can't move. You can't even blink.
What's wrong with him? I'm not certain. It's like he's got no strength. That may be. One moment.
Dakon places the stone circle of Zerthamon upon your chest and whispers a mantra.
Many redraw strength, but the power of one gathers many to it.
At once, blood rushes to your skin and you feel prickling heat all over. Your muscles twitch, your chest swells, and finally, gasp for air. Your lids grow heavy. Your eyes begin to close. and you feel a gentle breeze cool the channels of tears on your cheeks as you rise, lifted, then rest gently upon the empty cot. You awake, and it's odd. You feel surprisingly refreshed. There's a sturdiness to your form, as though invigorated through some sport. No aches or knots. Vital and purposeful. You open your eyes to see the cold light streaming in over the shards of broken glass, the drapes torn and fluttering by the window. And you see Anna, sleeping, curled in an armchair by your bed. Then suddenly, you remember.
Morte! Oh, I thought we'd lost you.
Dakon enters, glaive still in hand.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. What happened? Where's Morte? No sign of him outside. Whoever took him must have fled the streets.
We found you sprawled out on the floor.
We have to find him.
Hold on. You asked what happened. I want to know too. You looked dead, almost. More than usual, at least. But your face, it held some terror in it I'd never seen. What's going on?
I don't know. I heard a noise and came to the window. I think I saw whoever took Morte running, but there was too much fog.
Aye, and the scream?
There was something, a shape in the darkness, like shadow, but whole, or close to being whole. It held me. Then you came in, didn't you see? The room was empty, but for you on the floor. I checked.
Some wizardry, perhaps?
Perhaps. But why? Downstairs, a few hungover patrons lean, slumped at the bar. Giltspur, immaculately presented in his uniform, whistles while polishing his glassware. He smiles as you approach.
Morning, Cutter. Good to see you once again. Once again, good to see you. Hope you slept well. Is there anything
I'm looking for a floating skull.
Okay, that is not what I was expecting you to say.
It was stolen from me.
Oh, your Mimir companion. I do remember seeing that.
Yeah. Do you know where someone might have taken him?
Taken? A skull. Yeah, I mean, there's but one market for that sort of thing that I know of, but...
He drops his gaze and leans over to you.
Well, I could not tell you where it is, unless... Well, I couldn't tell you, friend, for it would endanger your life. No, sir, your life and mine are both far too precious to be thrown away for such a trivial tidbit of knowledge.
What if I threatened you?
That would do it. Listen to me and listen closely. Only one man I know dares to traffic in such occult arcana, and that man is no man to be trifled with. Danger wafts from him, and few dare speak his name. I speak of Lothar, Master of the Bones.
Who?
The Master of the Bones, the Lord of the fabled Bones of the Night, librarian of the most grisly library this side of Set's home. Skulls sit upon his shelves, whispering their secrets into Lothar's hardened heart, and all who have the temerity to face them. There is much that can be learned there, if the place doesn't drive you mad fast.
Can you get to the point?
Well, my apologies for trying to make this a little more interesting to you. Just trying to add a little spice. It's downward of here towards the ditch. You might see a burnt shell of a building. It's possible that you will then find a ladder strung of human sinew, or perhaps just wood, that leads down into the heart of Sigil itself. And when you set foot on ground again, you could come face to face with Lothar himself.
What does he do with the skulls?
Well, they say dead men tell no tales, but in Lothar's salon, the dead spill their secrets to the willing ear. The more dead, the more tales. The more tales, the more chant. And the more chant, well, the more one's eyes are open to the very heart of the multiverse.
Thanks. Farewell.
What? Keys?
Oh, right. Here you go. In the light of day, you can now far better see how this lower ward differs from the hive. The streets are still cramped and the buildings stacked high, but there is much more structure to them. Rows of tinted windows line the red brick walls, square and imposing. The cobbled and muddy pathways are replaced with paved stone slabs, stained with soot and chalk dust. Great open archways mark the entrance to busy workshops, wide enough for the access of a wagon cart. And there is a pervading smell of wood shavings, grease, and burnt hair. All this is accompanied by the consistent clang of hammering metal. Almost impressive if it weren't for the grim scowl set on each face that passes you by.
Greetings.
The worker barely looks up as you attempt to stop them.
I just need a moment of your time, and I really don't give a rat's ass. Now, pike off. I'm just looking for bones of the night.
He shoots you a sneer of disgust and turns away.
Clueless sod.
Powers, you're trying to catch chefs asking a bird like that?
Well, what am I supposed to do?
You really want to go to Bones of the Night?
I don't have much of a choice.
Walk away, Anna. For once, just walk.
What do you know about it?
Not much. Not about the police exactly. But a few harder bloods I used to know would earn a bit of jink collecting heads for the Master of Bones.
Used to know.
Oh, that's the part that worried you. I do know how to pick 'em. But you don't keep yourself out the dead book long by dealing with cutters like that.
Do you know where this place is?
Mayhap. I never been mined, but I think I know where to look.
Anna, please. And after this, we'll go back to Farad and you didn't see us ever again, if you don't want to.
Until I find you lying on the street. Alright, follow me.
Anna leads you and Dakon through the smog-filled streets, away from the din and towards a more familiar sight, the ditch. The reek is no better than you'd remembered, and you certainly don't relish the thought of climbing down the mud-slick banks. As Anna points towards the gutted old ruin half slumped into the ooze, it seems that's exactly what you must do. It certainly looks the part, a burnt-out wreck like the shriveled carcass of some giant spider. Where else might house such a morbid reliquary of skulls? Just inside, despite the debris and scattered refuse, the entrance is oddly beautiful. Gentle beams of light filter through the remnants of a stained glass window, casting colorful shadows across the stonework. The tiles of the floor, though now cracked and faded, appear to have once held some opulence. An ornate spiral pattern coils to the center, and it is there that you see the descending pit mounted with a ladder. Upon closer inspection, it appears to be constructed from the bones of many creatures, and you half believe Giltspur's tale of it being strung with sinew. Climbing down the chasmic hollow, you are surrounded by the chittering of small creatures. A distinct smell of rat musk lingers in the air. But as you reach the base, you find yourself in a richly decorated salon. Grave goods of 100,000 wealthy deaders are set up as trophies in this lavish waiting room. Neatly arrayed ottomans and settees are draped with plush hairs. Thick layers of tapestry and silken burial shrouds hang from sconces upon the walls, and a pungent incense fills the space, softening the light with a musty haze. But what strikes you as most prominent is the crystalline cabinet, displaying row after row of cleanly polished skulls. Most you recognize to be humanoid, some more beastly. But you notice several gargantuan crowns, warped and crested like fiends, or bulged and hefty like those of the giant kin.
Let's not be lingering. The Master of Bones is not known for his hospitality.
Just a moment.
A faint shimmer gleams across one of the skulls, and as you approach, a cool glow brightens in its empty eye sockets.
Hello?
The skull suddenly speaks with a deep voice and a jocular tone.
Have you come to learn of the truth? I have truth aplenty.
Certainly. Tell me of yourself.
I am Stern, one of the great practitioners of personal peace through intensive redirection of hostilities.
A hiss escapes from another skull's teeth.
You mean you're a wizard, an assassin, and a poisoner?
However you choose to define it, Grim Scalp. I was the best of the lot, so it's said.
Then how did you wind up here?
Well, funny you should mention that. I had a little black book given to me in order that I might puzzle out its secrets. I unlocked its powers for a terrible price, one that I would gladly pay again, and sharpened my edge considerably. Little did I realize the book would betray me to another, a mewling rat thing that overwhelmed me in a wave of rodents and tore the flesh from my living bones. That rat went through a series of disciples, each of them betrayed by the book, until it wound up in the possession of our master's faithful rat man, Montuark.
Montuark?
Yes. I sense you've heard of him. If you get the chance, take it from his lifeless corpse, accept its powers, and be rid of it before you suffer the same fate from another.
Noted. What can you tell me about the other skulls here?
Of those that will speak to you, I can offer no good words. Their experiences have not been shared with me. Indeed, we have spoken precious little until your arrival. Perhaps there's something peculiar about your very presence.
Perhaps. Peculiar enough for you to tell me of this Master of Bones, no doubt.
Of Lothar, I will tell you nothing. Even this bare existence is better than the oblivion he promises should I speak his secrets.
You can tell me. You get the distinct impression Stern's skull is sneering at you.
And gain merely your friendship. Bah. There is nothing you can offer me, no service nor item that will impel me to betray Lothar to you. Now be gone.
Farewell, then.
Oi, stranger. Let me see you.
This other skull's voice is low and raspy, the sound of flint and steel.
I think I've seen you before.
Oh, yeah? Where?
Cursed.
Where's that?
Why are you clueless? It's a gate town, on the rim of the Outlands, the doorway to the prison plane of Carceri. It's a place of backstabbers and traitors, and it's as full of schemes as a Batsu's undergarments. Well, being right next door to Carceri is apt to change a burg's nature. I won't be surprised if the town we're about to slide over.
What do you mean?
When a gate town's beliefs get too much like the plane it borders, the force of that belief is enough to make the plane swallow it whole. Happens all the time. At least when the anarchists are involved.
Right. Say, what can you tell me about the other skulls here?
Them? They're all tools, but they do not know it. Their dreams are small and personal. They do not see a larger picture in their schemings. They do not see beyond themselves. They are worthless. I do not speak to them.
So, then, how did you come here?
Betrayal. I should have expected it, given who I am. Or rather, who I was.
Who were you?
I was Grim Scalp. I used to be an anarchist, one of the Revolutionary League. We were on the brink, set to topple the nature of the plains so everyone could live in freedom. We had the dark on some of the factols and were ready to make our move, but were betrayed by another faction. I wound up dead, and Lothar wound up collecting me for my secrets. Most of them are out of date by now. And good thing, too, as there ain't no resisting Lothar's charms.
You're an anarchist. What can you tell me about them?
A secret society. Cells of members who work alone, or pass through the network of informants and leaders who remain hidden. Our goal is to tear down the power structure, to free people from the lies of politicians and powers, to let all lead their own lives of their own volition. We work in secrecy, worked in secrecy, and changed our routines constantly to avoid infiltration. You sound like a paranoid bunch. If a society you belong to thrived on intrigue, infiltration, and the hatred of the established powermongers, you'd be careful too. It's not paranoia when they really are out to get you. In our line of belief, someone involved in a triple cross is an amateur.
The skull regards you evenly for a moment.
I think I'm done speaking with you. Farewell.
Oh, wait, hold on. Tell me about Lothar and I'll leave you be.
I've spilled the dark of many secrets, but that's not one I'm willing to sacrifice. I've seen horrors in Lothar's hand that would put the Harmonium's rigid rules to shame. He knows my secrets far better than I know his, and I'll be damned if I'm giving them up for anyone. Even you. Especially you.
Why? What do you know about me?
You're a far traveler. You've been seen across the plains. You're important to Lothar somehow, and there's something about you that he wants to understand. You're like a puzzle. He's interested in you, boyo, and he wants his questions answered. He'll be keeping an eye on you.
What was I doing in Cursed?
Oh, you were babbling something about Burke trying to kill you, and wandering into all the wrong places. Well, you were obviously balmy and all, so me and some of my friends rolled you, stuck a shiv in you and divvied up your stuff. It was right after that I was betrayed, but not before I hid myself a stash.
Where'd you hide it?
I ain't telling. Or maybe someday I'll get my body back and go for it myself. Or maybe I won't, but right now, it gives me great joy to see you wandering. Good luck finding it.
The skull falls silent, and the light dims in its eye sockets. Bastard.
Chief? That you?
Morte. You turn and see Morte mounted in a glass case upon a marble pedestal. He looks no more harmed than usual, but there is a panic in his eyes that you've not witnessed before.
Oh, thank the powers you're here. Chief, get me out of this thing.
What are you doing up there?
Well, those where-at vermin nicked me and brought me here. Come on, boss, we gotta get out of here. This place is bad news. Come on, get me down before you...
A flash of light and smoke blinds you for a moment. And as it clears, a withered old man stands before you.
Have we visitors, Skull?
At first glance, he looks frail, but there's something about the way he stands. You feel a sickness in your stomach and a tension in your neck, as if you were straining under a vast weight. And you feel compelled to bow.
Oh, no. Do not offend this blood, boss. He'll deadbook you faster than you can spit.
The old man ignores Morte.
Greetings, traveler. Who might you be to enter Lothar's humble salon without invitation?
You've kidnapped my friend. Give him back. Now.
Kidnapped? Your friend? I have done no such thing. Where is this friend?
He means me. Look, sir, just let me go and we'll let this go. Water under the ditch, eh?
I did not give permission for you to speak, Skull.
Morte quails under Lothar's grim voice.
Scarred one, if you wish the skull back, you must fetch me a skull of great value from the catacombs below. I will not bargain for something that is already mine. Accept or not.
He was never yours, or anyone's to begin with.
Your ignorance is astonishing. You truly know very little about very little. Now, fetch me another skull to replace him, or say farewell to your friend.
Just give him back.
The skull is mine. If you press the issue, I will take yours as well.
Boss, don't push it. Let it go.
The skull speaks wisely. Heed it.
Very well then. How do I find a greater skull?
Move aside the divan in the center of the room. and pass through the portal on the eastern wall in the chambers below to the catacombs. The portal will remain active for your return. In the catacombs are many skulls. One of great value lies within the interred crypts of the Dustmen beyond the drowned nations. Bring that skull to me, as my were-at minions have failed to do, and I will see to it that your friend is returned to you. Perhaps I shall even answer some questions for you.
What assurance do I have that you will keep your word?
You have my word. That will be enough for you. Unless, of course, you would rather not see your friend again.
It's good enough for me, boss. And I'm the one stuck here. Let it go, alright? Just go get the skull and come back for me.
Fine. Lothar, I'll be back, friend. Farewell. Thank you for listening to Planescape Torment, the unofficial audio series, a RevocerGM production. To support the show and those involved, please consider subscribing to our Patreon or donating via our Ko-fi page. Links to both are in the description.